If Dillian Whyte becomes mandatory for the WBC belt, how long should he wait until he fights Deontay Wilder? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, this is Mike from EdgeNote 50 TV talking about boxing. Now, if you're watching this channel for the first time, remember, hit that subscribe button and that notification button as I'll be talking about boxing on the regular. All your subscriptions, very much appreciated. EdgeNote 50 TV, we love to talk about boxing on here. Now, let's talk about Dillian Whyte and the WBC mandatory situation. Now, it's been over 600 days since Dillian Whyte has been number one for the WBC, and he's still not mandatory to fight Deontay Wilder next. Now, there looks like there is going to be a resolution coming, as Eddie Hearn has explained. They're just looking at the itty-bitty details. The question is, it is not when he becomes mandatory, because I believe that it looks like it's going to be Oscar Rivas and Dillian Whyte. Whoever wins that will become mandatory, and that's going to be in July. But the question is, how long does Dillian Whyte potentially have to wait before he gets that shot at Deontay Wilder, or shall I say the WBC championship? Because there's no guarantee that Deontay Wilder will beat Luis Ortiz. So, I believe that the WBC will drag this out as long as possible. So let's look at the situation as it stands right now. Deontay Wilder has just fought a mandatory on May the 18th when he fought and beat Dominic Breazeale. So in theory, based on the rules, Deontay Wilder can fight another voluntary defense in the meantime before he can fight another mandatory after that within a 12-month period. So that's what he could do. However, those rules are hardly, if any time, ever enforced. It's not really enforced by the WBC. For example, Dominic Breazeale was mandatory back in 2017. And since that period, Deontay Wilder has fought 2 voluntary defenses in that period before he fought Dominic Breazeale. And remember, the only reason why he fought Dominic Breazeale is because Tyson Fury pulled out. So if Tyson Fury did not pull out of the rematch, then he would have had 3 voluntary defenses before even a possibility of fighting as mandatory would have happened. Which means, in theory, it could have been up to 2 years before he fought his mandatory after he fought Stavern the first time back in 2017. What I believe that Eddie Hearn wants to do is to enforce the rules that they have set in the first place. They want, fine, we become mandatory in July. Then after that, Deontay Wilder can have a voluntary defense. Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury, whatever happens. And then soon after that, we want our mandatory to be called. And we want to fight whoever the winner is after after Deontay Wilder's voluntary defense. That's what I believe that they want to happen. So, whether it happens or not, we will find out. Because Deontay Wilder said he's already agreed to fight Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury. Now, there's already rumblings and rumors coming out and reports saying that they're pushing forward the Fury and Deontay Wilder fight at the start of 2020, but now it's changing now to be at the end of 2019, which means, if that is the case, that means that it's possibility that the WBC is going to announce that the winner of Deontay Wilder's next fight is going to have to fight Dillian Whyte. So it makes sense for them to push that, to scrap the Ortiz fight and fight Fury instead. Well, if that happens, Ortiz's team is going to be pissed because they turned down $7 million to fight Deontay Wilder, a fight that may not even happen now. Oh well, but hey, that's another story I'm gonna do if this gets announced. But let's go back to the subject. So I believe that the WBC are going to do. They're not going to do something legendary. That all they need to do is enforce the rules that they have set. Once you fight your mandatory, you've got up to 12 months before you can fight your other mandatory again. So you have a voluntary defense, which will probably be Tyson Fury now, or Luis Ortiz. Then you fight Dillian Whyte. So watch this space. If Deontay Wilder fights Tyson Fury, that means that the WBC has agreed to Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte's terms. If he goes and fights Luis Ortiz, that means that it's not going to happen. Dillian Whyte is not going to get his shot for a long while yet. So this is where it's going to get very interesting. What do you guys think? How long do you guys think it will take for Dillian Whyte to get his shot, depending on if he beats Oscar Rivas? You guys let me know in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. That's all I'm going to say. Remember, like, subscribe, EdgeNote50 TV if you're liking this channel. Remember, tomorrow I'm going to be starting up the status of the heavyweight division series. So keep tuned on that. Anything else you want me to talk about, let me know, and I'm going to talk about it.